This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some important update to share with you. One state could potentially pay out $3,000 in boosted unemployment back pay. $750 child tax credits are going out in a few days, and still a few days left to apply for the $150 gas cards. Speaking of gas, one state has just extended their gas tax holiday. I'll also play you two video clips, one from the Democrat, one from the Republican perspective of lowering gas prices. And Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer having serious conversations and renewing talks on the Build Back Better package. I'll let you know the latest of what's going on there, plus a few other important updates. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. And I wanted to make an announcement about my daughter Bella's YouTube channel. So if you enjoy my daughter Bella's tips of the day that I put at the end of these videos, then you'll love her YouTube channel. I have a link to it down in the description below if you want to check out more of Bella's tips of the days, plus a few other videos that Bella has made and her talking and a few other fun things all around Bella. Take a look at that channel, subscribe to it if you want to show her some love. Not sure if you're able to comment because it's a kids channel, but anyways, check out Bella's channel. Link down in the description below. So let's get into it. Manchin renews talks on Build Back Better package. What's going on here? So here's the scoop. Manchin serious about Schumer talks. So Democrats are getting really desperate right now as they're getting closer to the midterm elections with President Biden's poll numbers really low. Democrats overall are in a tough position because they're in the majority of Congress. They have the president, they have the House, they have the Senate, and there's still a lot of problems going on. So they're doing everything they can. And basically, Senator Joe Manchin told Axios on Thursday, he's earnestly engaged in talks with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer over a climate, energy, and deficit reduction package, reviving hopes for action this year. Why it matters, even a slimmed-down version of President Biden's Build Back Better package looked dead, but comments by Manchin, along with tempered optimism from some Democrats, suggests a Biden win on the Hill in this midterm election year has gone from unlikely to possible. So President Biden's poll numbers around 40%, some of them even a little lower, and basically Manchin and Schumer try to repair a strained relationship. Their staffs have been making progress on the contours of a climate and deficit reduction package, according to people familiar with the matter. Manchin said the talks have been respectful and encouraging, saying there could be nothing, Manchin told us in an interview, there could be truly nothing, that's all I could tell you. So Joe Manchin, as usual, saying that he is open to talking and not really giving any information. So I think this time around, they're probably going to withhold more information, but it looks like talks are happening again, and the Democrats are probably going to concede a lot more to Joe Manchin to get something done before the midterm election. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then Georgia governor suspends state gas tax through mid-July. So there already was a gas tax suspension in place, and it's extended until July 14th. So basically, it is saving 29 cents per gallon for anyone who lives in Georgia or even just filling up in Georgia. Basically, they're saving 29 cents per gallon through this gas tax holiday. And then also in Indiana, Governor Holcomb not willing to suspend gas tax but considers inflationary relief. So a few different governors here and there are already had gas tax holidays, suspending it. It's planned for another time. Indiana doesn't look like it's going to happen there. And then also relief at the pump. Nesbitt votes to suspend gas taxes. So in Michigan, not official yet, but looks like there could be a gas tax suspension there. It would also suspend 6% of sales and use taxes on motor fuel from June 15th to September 15th. So that's in Michigan. And speaking of gas, Republicans slam Biden for draining oil reserves as gas prices remain at record high. So yeah, gas prices still really high. I'm going to play two different video clips here. Two short ones, one from the Republican perspective of how to lower gas prices, then one from the Democrat perspective of how to lower gas prices. Take a look at the Republican perspective first, then I'll play the Democrat perspective.
All right, joining me now is House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy from the great state of California. Mr. Leader, thanks for joining me. As we're coming into Memorial Day weekend here, a lot of families jump in their cars, they take trips, and they fill their vehicles up. We all notice that gas prices, especially in California, are at near all-time highs, if not all-time highs. One, this is a political issue I think that most voters are focused on. But number two, if Republicans get the majority, you're the next speaker, is there anything we can do in the House to actually get the administration to address the rising cost of oil and gas?
Well, thank you for having me on, Sean. Yes, we can. We could be energy independent again, which would mean the price of gasoline would be lower, which would mean your products would cost less because of transportation less. Remember what oil goes into. It goes into the buttons in your shirt, it goes into the roads, it goes into your phone. Any product that is pretty much made has oil in it too. So the rise cost of inflation really comes from what the Biden administration has been doing. Everybody learns in their first economic class supply and demand. If you have more supply of something, the price is lower. If demand goes up, the price gets higher. Demand has not gone up. Supply has gone down. On the very first day President Biden took over, he started stopping our ability to drill. He stopped the pipeline. He gave one to Russia, to Putin. And what we have found is the price continues to go up. And what does the president say? He's happy about it. He's happy that it's costing every family $5,000 more because it's his determination to make everybody buy an electric car, which you cannot sustain yourself on, and you all can't afford that as well. So for this Memorial Day, as you begin to travel, think about how much more it's costing you, because what you're making a decision now causing inflation in everything you want to buy, you have to go with less because your fuel's costing more because of what the Democrats have done.
Yeah, you're right. Joe Biden wants to make this transition to green energy, and like Democrats might go on TV and they might say how horrible Kevin McCarthy is. But I know on the House floor, a lot of Democrats actually like you. You talk to a lot of Democrats. Do they actually get this problem? Do they understand that the American people can't survive with these high oil and gas prices? Do they get it? Do they say, hey, Kevin, we're willing to work with you. I know you're in the minority, but we'll work with you. Let's fix this problem. Forget Joe Biden. Let's get America working again.
I think a lot of them get it. They come up and tell me because it actually hurts their pocketbook too. And if you look at the Democrats, a lot of them don't even show up because Nancy Pelosi lets them vote by proxy to have her vote. So they can't even afford to come in the process. That is what's wrong with happening with these Democrats. And it's more than just gasoline. It's making our food costs go higher. Everything we have, when you see inflation going up, it's directed at this Biden administration policies. Remember what he's done just even recently. Nothing to change it. He stopped leases in Alaska. He stopped leases in the Gulf of Mexico. In California, Gavin Newsom did the same thing. Decreased production in California by 20%, but the demand didn't go down, so he started buying 50,000 barrels a day from Putin, which actually funds the war in Ukraine. Why would we ever want to do that? And the one thing people need to understand, American natural gas is 41% cleaner than Russian natural gas. And we are like the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. We can create more American jobs, do it more in environmentally sound ways, but lower the price, not just on fuel, but on everything you need. And this is one of the #1 things we can lower inflation on, and we will in 165 days when we win the majority.
You know, what are your thoughts on what Representative McCarthy has to say? Do you agree, disagree? Is that the way to lower gas prices? Next up, take a look at what Representative Katie Porter says of how to lower gas prices.
Families across the country are struggling to keep up with rising gas prices. In Orange County, California, the price of gas is nearly $6 a gallon, and the price has gone up $2 a gallon in just 1 year. As a single working mom, I see the difference every time I fill up the tank for my minivan. I know that higher gas prices are painful for everyone in our country, and especially burdensome for families with limited transportation options and tight budgets. These higher gas prices are also pushing up the costs for small businesses and grocery stores, contributing to the higher prices that families are paying for everything from food to furniture. Orange County families need Congress to hold oil companies accountable when they use their market power to unfairly raise prices. These corporations are making record profits, the highest that they have been in over 7 years, even as Americans are struggling. They plan to use these profits to buy back over $35 billion in stock. rather than investing in production to increase supply, transitioning to green energy, or bringing down the price at the pump. The oil and gas industry currently has more than 9,000 permits to drill for oil on federal land, but they are deliberately keeping production low to please their investors and increase their short-term profits. Even when the price of crude oil falls, oil and gas companies have refused to pass those savings on to consumers. Let me be clear. Price gouging is anti-capitalist. It exploits a lack of competition, which is a hallmark of capitalism. It is an effort to juice corporate profits at the expense of customers. Energy markets are reeling because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Big oil companies, however, are using this temporary chaos to cover up their abuse. Congress cannot just allow this profiteering to continue. 2 weeks ago, Representative Schreier and I introduced the Consumer Fuel Price Gouging Act to give our Federal Trade Commission the authority to crack down on oil and gas companies that increase prices unfairly. Current antitrust law prohibits price fixing, but there is nothing in the law to stop price gouging by individual companies. This bill would close that loophole, and I urge my colleagues to pass this bill.
Now that you've heard both sides of the aisle in terms of lowering gas prices, which do you agree with? A combination of both is best? Do you think that? Let me know. Either way, whichever strategy they decide, it's not like overnight gas prices are going to get lower. It's still going to be months, if not a year or years, before the gas prices actually go down, whatever action is taken. But let me know your thoughts on that. So Ohio Supreme Court weighs end of $300 weekly unemployment payment. So a little backstory here. If you remember, the boosted unemployment payment was paying $300 federally per week for every state pretty much. And this was in Ohio, and this was to offset everything that was going on during the pandemic. It was set to end. It got extended a few times, but it was set to end September 6th. But Governor DeWine stopped the payments June 26th of 2021. So just 10 weeks before, and there was a big lawsuit because there was $900 million in Ohio payments that did not go through. And so there was a lawsuit. They sued, I guess, the state or the governor. And basically, Ohioans wanted that money back in back pay, kind of like retroactive. So if you were to take that 10 weeks of $300 per week to all the people who got it, that's about $3,000 in back pay from that $900 million. So it's still in court right now, but if this does go through, this could set a precedent for the other 26 states that canceled the federal unemployment boost $300 per week early. So we'll see what happens there. That's a huge paycheck for anybody, $3,000. Or $300 weekly for the 10 weeks, so it's $3,000. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then Child Tax Credit 2022 update. Thousands of families may get IRS payments of up to $750 in days. Here's how to claim. This is going on in Connecticut, where a maximum of $250 per child, and it's capped at 3 children. So if you live in Connecticut and you qualify for the child tax credit, so $250, $500, $750. If you have 3 kids, you could get that. And then new stimulus payments are coming on June 1st if you live in this state. So this is in Maine, those $850 checks for individuals, $1,700 checks for couples, and yeah, those are going to go out as soon as June 1st. So a few days left for those to go out. And then deadline is 6 days away to apply for the $150 gas cards and $50 transit cards. Do you qualify? This is going on in Chicago. If you live in Chicago and you either drive a car or you take public transportation, you could apply. You have until June 1st, and you could apply for either one. You could potentially get $150 for gas or $50 in the transit card. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, if you wanted to take the bus and stuff like that, public transportation. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you one thing that you should do. When you want to do something, you have the power to do whatever you want. Unless, one thing, you believe in yourself. That's the only trick. So that's all I wanted to tell you for today. Bye. This is the Bella.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your time and support. Don't forget, if you want more of Bella's tips of the days and other videos with Bella, check out her YouTube channel. Detail or have it down in the description below. Click the link if you want to check out her channel. Go subscribe, like it, comment, and all that love. Show her some love. I'm sure she would love that. And anyways, that's all I got. Today's a rainy day. Not sure if we're going to go out much today, but hopefully you have a great rest of your day and weekend. And if you want to check out my latest videos on my other channel, you can click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.